All right, we're ready.
Hello and welcome to the crossover, where nothing is out of bounds and everything is fair game. We have a lot to cover with you today, but first, let's check in with the Tunnel Crew. Please give a warm welcome to Stats, Aggie P, Rooftop, TP, and Big T.
What's happening, everybody? And once again, it's time for At Home with the Crossover. I'm your man, Big T, alongside my tag team partners, usual cast of characters, talking about none other than the First Lady, the Doctor, the Queen, Mama is in the house. TP, what's up? All right, then we got our man. The Birdman, the man that holds everything together when we going in and out of those commercial breaks. Make sure the buffer music's playing. Got his Lakers hat on, got his Eagles shawl on, or quilt, whatever it's called. I don't know, draped over his shoulders. Bird, what's up?
TP, I humbly apologize to you because I know what you deal with on a weekly basis. When you're not here, radar takes it out on me.
Oh, wow.
Blessings, everyone. Blessings.
Yes. There you go. TP is in the house. Then we got our man bringing that Ag swag to the show each and every week. He's repping the Aggies once again with his shirt. Aggie P is in the house. Aggie P, what's up?
Brother, love life, brother. And Aggie pride is worldwide.
Worldwide. There you go. It's been upgraded.
Yes, sir.
Then we got the man that he just makes me laugh just looking at him. Got his sunglasses on. It's getting ready to get dark. I'm talking about Radar Charles is in the house. Radar, what's up, man?
Big T, I appreciate that love, and narrow is the way. When TP decided to come and play, man, I'm ready. I'm still going to score. I'm still going to get my time.
There you go. And listen up, everybody. Together, we are the Tunnel Crew, watching everything that happens inside and outside the tunnel, leading to the lines of competition in the world of sports. And we start off with our hot topics. The hottest stories of sports may not be what everybody else talked about, but it's the things that we, the Tunnel Crew, want to talk about. And we begin with a head coach firing. I meant resigning. I meant resigning. He resigned. So on Friday, it was revealed that there were some emails sent by Jon Gruden back in 2011 that surfaced, and they revealed some racist rhetoric, some racist comments directed at the NFL Players Association executive director, DeMaurice Smith. And Gruden apologized, after this came out and said he was in a bad place. He said there was a lot going on. Parents were threatening to take their kids out of youth football, and, the league was struggling with, concussions, and he was just in a bad place, the wrong frame of mind. So, he thought everything was good going into the weekend, And then yesterday, the New York Times released some more text, some more emails. And those emails basically exposed Gruden for ripping the idea of women referees, teams drafting, an openly gay player, ripping the fact that there was tolerance towards, national anthem protesters, Gruden was just going off, and this all was the results of a New York Times piece that's been focused on the Washington football team situation, where the owner had to give up ownership of the team. A lot of people got fired in the front office, and that was basically dealing with bad workplace environment and all that stuff. So yesterday, the owner calls Gruden in for a meeting, and the end result was Gruden resigned. Resigned is how they're calling it. So Tunnel Crew, Jon Gruden was hired in 2018. He went 8-8 last year. They barely missed the playoffs. They were 3-2 heading into his resignation. Your thoughts on this situation? Gruden today said, he didn't want to be a distraction to the team and blah, blah, blah. And so he's now no longer the head coach of the Raiders. Tunnel Crew, your thoughts on this situation?
Well, Big T, I guess I started off. I think he got what he deserved. And it's starting to be exposed a little bit more. And I have to keep my words here, choice words. The privilege that's at the top.
Yeah.
For all of the emails and all of the things that I heard that he put out there. The only thing that seemed to be right is that he is white. If you can understand what I'm saying. I mean, everything below him being white, the minority players, the sexism, the racism, and all of that. So yes, I mean, he got what he deserved. And the only way, Big T, that we are going to be able to kind of get rid of some of that, we got to have some diversity at the top. Yeah, we got to have some color owners. Yeah, who can hire some more people in the upper office. To really make sure that this type thing doesn't happen. Because the world is changing. Yeah, it is. And the privilege. That's a good word. They need to get used to it. And I'm glad he was exposed. And what happened. That's all. That's all Agape got to say. Tell the group, take it away.
Well, and I want to add to that, we want to just, for the Tunnel Crew, how can we get rid of the isms in sports? I mean, sexism, racism, any of the isms that exist, classism, whatever it is. How can we get rid of these isms in sports? In addition to your thoughts on Gruden, your thoughts on how can we get rid of the isms in sports? And you said, hey, you let us off, Agape, by saying it starts at the top. Getting, people of color, females, all this at the top.
Well, I think that the fact that the inclusion is coming into play and it's going to take a great turn. And I know TP knows how significant that turn is going to be with the referees, the executives, the assistant coaches. And to Aggie's point, it's going to take place. It's unstoppable. And I'm surprised that it took this long for it to come out about him. But I know TP getting ready to allude to that.
Hey, so Bird, your thoughts?
First off, if you say you claim that you're not a racist, you claim that you're not this, that, and the third, then why is this stuff bringing back to light? This goes back to the old saying, what's done in the dark is going to come to the light. And my thing with this whole situation is, okay, you can say that all you want to, but actions speak louder than words. Whether your intentions of that email when you first came out and spoke about this, your intentions weren't to hurt anybody. However, why did you write the email? Or better yet, why did you even attempt to even send it out, or whatever the case was? If you knew it was wrong, so in your mind, you knew it was wrong, but you did it anyway. So why would you go to the press and say, oh, I'm not this, and make up these lame excuses? No, you knew what you were doing. You knew exactly what you were doing. You wanted to speak out about something, and you felt like it was an appropriate time to write an email and say all that nasty and spew all that rhetoric towards those people that you harmed in that email.
So as a person who, this is part of my study, as y'all know, on critical race theory and Radar's right, a lot of this stuff that you will find, especially a lot of these isms, are already embedded in people. You can kind of see that from the man who used to own Papa John's. They put you through a real rigorous situation so that they can really find out who you really are and what thing, and things about you. And when you have a situation like this that happens, they have to make it right immediately, because a lot of their fan base, as you know, are minorities. And even immigrants are considered minorities, even if they're white, because if you go back in history, they did not care for people who are not already in America, they didn't consider them to be part of it. So Italians and all of them. But, you know, it's going back to, you know, a place of, if this is really in you, how either can we get rid of this in you, or how we can keep our brand. If you remember, I told y'all now we're going back to the brand, the babes and the beer or whatever. You know,
the ball, the brand.
Yes, that has been so instrumental in talking about, you know, throughout our whole show, throughout its whole existence. And so the NFL is not going to do anything to mess up their brand. He's 58, and they're going to say, look, we're basically going to just make you retire. But you're looking at everything like Aggie P even said, you know, those isms. And, you know, that we just got to get rid of them. And any little bit to mess up the brand, they're going to give it to you.
Well, you know something, so we are a sports talk show, but we're on a Christian radio station.
Right.
And so I want to throw this out there. The only way we're going to truly get rid of the isms is Jesus Christ changing people's hearts, you know, and minds, you know, because, you know, when it comes to men, we can try to do a lot of good on our own, but ultimately it's the hidden evil that we try to cover up and hide, that lies below the surface and resides in the dark places. Those are the things that end up creeping out in situations like this. And then it exposes the fact that even though we're trying to put on the facade of doing good and doing right, if your heart ain't right, if your heart ain't pure, if your heart ain't, you know, filled with the Holy Spirit, then things like this will happen. The isms will never go away. So just to add the spiritual take to it, you know, and I know the whole Tunnel Crew agrees with that. It takes Jesus Christ first and foremost, and then stacking the other things that we've been talking about on top of the foundation of Christ. You know, that's what it's going to take to get these isms out of sports.
Amen.
And then the thing about it, Tunnel Crew, this is what gets me. An email. I mean, don't y'all think that's mighty bold?
It is bold.
I mean, just put it in the email and just say, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you're trying to portray to be someone else, it's an email that's out there. Telling all about who you really are. So that was key for me. I just really couldn't believe the nerve and the boldness of that spirit to do that.
Well, that shows you that he thought, hey, the network is strong enough that, you know, this ain't going to get out there. Well,
right.
It's out there.
Right.
Hey, everybody, that segment flew by. We hope you've enjoyed what you've heard so far. There's more to come of At Home with the Crossover, and we'll be back with more on the other side.
What's so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, The Joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.inservice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, 2 locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God
as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry. Join our love and faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
All right, welcome back to At Home with the Crossover. Be sure to catch this live at home edition of the show every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. You can do that by going to YouTube, looking up the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. Once you get there, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. That's every Tuesday night, live, 7 p.m. on YouTube. Then on Thursday night, the original day and time, at 7 p.m., catch the audio version of the original Crossover Sports Show. You can find that edition online at WLJFradio.com. You can also download the WLJF app. It's available both on Google Play and in the iTunes Store. That's every Thursday night, 7 p.m. All right, back to our hot topics, and we'll bring up Mr. Gruden in that situation again a little bit later on. But we're going to move on now to college football weekend. We're going to recap what happened over the weekend because there was lots of action in college football, including the number one team in the country, Alabama. Saw two massive streaks come to an end on Saturday at the hands of unranked Texas A&M. They lost 41-38 on a walk-off field goal to win the game for the Aggies, and that ended a 45-game winning streak where if they scored a touchdown in the first quarter, they had won 45 straight games. But even bigger, they had won 100 straight games against unranked teams. Now, it's a little bit unfair because Texas A&M was a top 15 team to start the season. They hit a bad stretch the last 2 weeks and lost 2 in a row and dropped out of the top 25. But still, they were unranked. That snapped Alabama's 100-game winning streak against unranked teams. That was a pretty tough loss for Alabama. Who has fallen to number 5 in this week's poll? Tunnel Crew, your thoughts on the Crimson Tide?
My dad is not
say good, Big T. I told you, Big Bird, man, all y'all. I told you, Flamingo T. I said somebody gonna get ready to slip up and Wake Forest is next.
Say Wake Forest is next, huh? Hey, Wake keep chugging along, though. They 6-0, so you got to give them some love. Even though it wasn't easy, it wasn't pretty, they got it done up there in the dome. So give Wake some love, man.
Was you just trying to get on Birdman and said Big Bird?
I let that comment slide.
So you let it go, Bird?
Yeah, I let it slide.
I refuse to call him Uncle Birdman until he get his picks right.
I was like, I sounded a little like kudos saying Big Bird, man, like, you know, big because he, you know, with the score or something.
So Aggie P, I know it's not your usual. They don't have any weaknesses, but you had to be surprised by that.
I was very surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched the whole game except for the last. I was over with friends, and I think I left when Alabama went up. It was like 3 or 2 minutes left, and I was on the way home, and he called my phone. I said, "Uh-oh." He said, "You're not going to believe this." He said, "Texas won that game." Hey, I was very surprised, but you know what? It needs to happen, Big T and Tony. It needs to happen. I mean, hey, you can't hold it forever. You know, that's the way I am with my Aggies. You know, I'm like, hey, I'm an Aggie fan. I'm cheering for you. I just pray it keeps going. You know, but to answer your question, Big T, I was very surprised. But hey, I'm glad that it happened, and some of these other teams can be seen and get the ranking that they deserve. Hey, let's keep it competitive. You know, I'm tired of looking up and seeing Alabama winning. You know?
I agree.
Yeah.
Radar, you look like you're ready to say something, man.
Well, all I'm saying, Big T, is Clemson is on the way. They're going to shake things up. They're not going to be a contention, but watch they shake things up. To Aggie P point, it's going to be a free-for-all, man. Look at the Bearcats. They just beat Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And then right. Wake Forest over here playing like they used to winning. You know, got Birdman talking like he Howard Cosell. Our defense has no holes. I said, okay, all right.
Y'all bow down and kiss the ring, Radar. Bow down and kiss the ring.
Once you get it, please put it on first, sir.
5 straight bowls.
Put it on first, sir.
5 straight bowls, sir.
Well, hey, there was one team that didn't have any problems. The new number 1 team in the country, Georgia, they finally gave up a touchdown. You know, we said 5 games, they'd only given up 1 touchdown. Well, they finally gave up their second touchdown. Unfortunately for number 22 Auburn, it wasn't enough because they ended up winning the game 34-10. That was the only touchdown they gave up to Auburn. I mean, that defense continues to impress, continues to look as stout as any defense you're going to see. Is it Georgia's to lose now that Alabama has slipped up?
Yes.
Yes.
It is. I mean, they are dominating. I mean, it's theirs to lose because Alabama might slip up and lose another one. I mean,
yeah.
I can only imagine that practice session this week in Alabama. I mean, who do they play this coming up week?
I don't even know who they play, but it's a ranked team, I believe. You know.
Okay. That ranked team will be in trouble. I'm telling you.
Yeah, say they're gonna be in trouble.
they're gonna be in trouble, buddy. Hey,
well, you know what? This could be 2 losses already because they beat Florida by 2 points. Remember that game? Was it 31-29? So
that's true.
Florida had them. You know, they had them on the ropes. Hey, number 3 Iowa trailed number 4 Penn State the entire game. I mean, pretty much the whole game. They were down by 14 2 different times, but came back to pull that thing out. It was their 12th straight win and their 6th straight win versus ranked teams. I mean, they're rolling right now. Here's the stat that impressed me the most, though. They've had 10 interceptions in the last 2 games. That's 5 picks a game, y'all. I mean, think about that. That's 5 picks a game. So you got to give some love to Iowa right now. And if you look at their schedule, they really don't have anybody left that should beat them. So they should walk into the Big Ten championship game undefeated. They'll probably match up with either Michigan or Ohio State, and we'll see what happens. But Iowa looking like they for real.
Yeah, you got to take your hats off to their defensive line.
Yes.
You know, if they're getting that many interceptions in the back, it comes from the big guys up front, putting pressure on the quarterback, making them throw the ball before you need to throw the ball. So hats off. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
And if I may say so, they don't even have to put 8 in the box. They only have to put 4.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right. And that's pretty impressive, man. 10 interceptions in the last 2 games. That's impressive to say the least. Hey, Mack Brown coming home, ACC. Mack Brown and the Tar Heels jumped out on Florida State 10-0, and then the wheels fell off. they got beat 35-25 in Chapel Hill at home. But to me, the story is after the game. And I know he was being a little tongue-in-cheek, but Mack Brown coming out and saying, well, maybe we should blame the national media for ranking us as high as they did because you guys were wrong. You know, really, Mac? The reason you're getting beat by a 17-point underdog in your building is because the national media ranked you too high in the preseason poll.
That's called excuses and searching. You are searching for an answer, so you coming up with all kind of excuses that you so that you don't look bad in anybody's eyes, especially the media. Because down, everybody gonna say, "Aren't you on that team?" Like this.
Yeah,
hey man. So you know that's all that is.
Hey, anything to avoid saying it was my coach. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I mean, it's a lot of arrogance there, you know. I mean, hey, humble yourself and said, I didn't do a good job preparing my guys. You know, hey, we got another game next week. We're going to go out and do better, man. These guys are I mean, blaming it on the media and the rankings.
Ain't that crazy, man?
Wow. All he had to do say Big T is, it ain't like we lost the weight.
Bird didn't crack a smile.
We ain't lose the weight. Calm down.
Bird didn't crack a smile.
Excuse me.
Wow.
Hey, real quick, did y'all see all of the missed field goals and extra points in the NFL this weekend? So this weekend there were 13 missed extra points. We're not talking about field goals, we're talking about extra points. And check this out, 12 missed field goals. That's a total of 25 kicks total missed all weekend. That's an NFL record. That's the most most kicks missed for any week since week 11 of 1987. Go all the way back to 87 when kickers missed this many kicks. I mean, guys was missing. the Bengals and Packers game. I watched this game and they missed 5 straight field goals, including 2 in overtime. The guy for the Bengals hit the flag on the top of the goal post and put his hands up in there and thought he made it. Everybody was smacking him on the helmet and celebrating. And then he looked like, what? When the ref said no.
No good, right?
Yeah, but how you hit the flag, you know? I mean, what's up with the kickers, y'all?
Man, kickers always, Big T, catch a bad rap.
Yeah.
Because I remember even in our days, they don't practice with the team. And the thing that we would tell them, all you have to do is kick. I mean, make the extra point and field. I mean, just make it. So
yeah,
I feel sorry for the guys. Now I do.
Yeah.
But at the time, I just couldn't understand it. I mean, you practice all 2 to 3 hours kicking the football. Make the football.
Big T, wasn't that Bandichet and told Peyton to worry about scoring touchdowns?
He'll
kick field
goals.
He'll
kick the field goals. Yeah.
Because Peyton that.
Well, what was that comment that Peyton made? That our idiot kicker got liquored up, and you know that because Peyton came back at him. You know, I don't know if you remember that, but he missed a field goal or did something, and Peyton was like, "Our idiot kicker got liquored up last night," and you know, so Peyton didn't back down.
They catch a bad rap, Big T. Kickers, they always the outcast, but I don't know. I mean. I don't have no explanation of why they're not making them.
Yeah.
I mean,
but you know what? I feel like on the flip side of this, that a game should never come down to the kicker. I feel like that. If you are that good, I feel like the game should never come down to the kicker. Because the kicker is only giving you 1 to 3 points to get an edge so that you can get a touchdown. And you're right. I can see people getting on these kickers. I mean, kickers in college were better than the kickers right now in the NFL. And I just got to say this. I know the Panthers have got to be on that list after this game.
Yes. And we were going to talk about the Panthers. So the Panthers, they had a disastrous finish. I mean, you know, they were pretty much in control of the game, most of it, because the defense was playing great. But Sam Darnold became Sam Darnold. Threw 3 interceptions, you know, and I'm not putting the loss solely on his shoulders. I mean, the defense, they take a little bit of blame too, because you get a ball that's snapped into the end zone. There are nothing but Panthers guys there, and the one Eagles player that's there knocks it out of the back of the end zone for a safety instead of a touchdown. And, you know, it was just one of those games where you say to yourself, okay, Carolina, y'all were feeling yourselves when you were 3-0. Everybody was talking about the historic deep. Remember, we talked about it on the show, and all of a sudden, the wheels have come off. You know, and they've got to find a way to get some more points, because even when they were winning, I don't think they were scoring enough points, and it puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Yeah, Birdman, speak on it. Hey.
Well, you know, that wasn't no offensive game. for our side. We won that game because of three people: Steven Nelson, number 57, that blocked the punt, and Darius Slay.
Yeah,
it had nothing to do with Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith and all them. They could go sit down.
Yeah,
they had nothing to do with this. It was a defensive win.
It was an ugly game. It was an ugly game. You know, I mean, I didn't watch the whole thing, but you know, I saw it was an ugly game. And you know, speaking of teams having a bad weekend, Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City just got blown out at home on Sunday Night Football by the Buffalo Bills, who right now are looking like the class of the AFC. I mean, their defense is when you go into Arrowhead and beat Kansas City by 18 points, you know, and force some of the miscues that you force with that defense, and then Josh Allen just hitting guys wide open. We talked about Kansas City's defense; they are terrible. And you know, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna hand it off to y'all. They remind me a lot, and we've said this before, of Seattle. You remember when Seattle won that Super Bowl? They blew out Denver. And everybody said, this is a dynasty. They got the young quarterback. They got the defense. They're loaded. And they said they're going to win 2 or 3 Super Bowls. And then the next year they came back and Brady got them, you know, like he does. And they went down after that. And one of the things that's hurt them is you got the rookie contract with the quarterback at first. When he gets the big deal, you can't keep all those guys. And so you start to lose guys. And then all the pressure is on him. Think about how much Russell Wilson has been asked to do since they had to break that defense up because they couldn't keep everybody. You look at Kansas City, what are you seeing there? Mahomes just signed, even though they said it's not as big as he could have taken, he just signed that big deal. You can't keep everybody. Your defense is suffering because you can't pay everybody on that side of the ball. All of a sudden, you got the Chiefs. They go out there and they get blown out by Brady again, like he did to Seattle. I see them, just like Seattle, falling off. You know, I mean, I hate to say that, but you're going to see Mahomes running for his life like Russell Wilson's doing in Seattle.
Well, Big T, maybe Mac Brown is something to his comment.
Yeah,
I mean, you just said now when they won the Super Bowl, everybody was saying, "Hey, it's a dynasty. Expect you guys to be on top again next year." And mentally, because you know NFL is 95% mental anyway. Maybe the guys got the big head. A lot of guys left, like you said.
Yeah,
and they failed. Maybe Mac Brown is something to his comment.
The media. Hey, the media.
It could be. It could be. You win a Super Bowl. Don't say, "Hey, this is the next dynasty." Say, "Congratulations, you won a football. Let's get ready for football season next."
Exactly.
You know, exactly. Anointed. Yeah, right. They had anointed them a dynasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Birdman was up here contending that Brady had bought another Super Bowl. Turns out Brady can really play at the age of 44.
Right.
Who would have thought? Huh?
Oh, okay. So he's not in bed with Roger Goodell then.
Tell me this. Tell me this. How does Philadelphia win the Super Bowl in 2018, and then they end up firing their coach a year later because he can't decide on what quarterback he want to play, and now the whole club is in shambles. Don't nobody want to go to Philadelphia, and that was all in a 3-year stretch.
Yeah. These windows close quick.
They close quick.
I mean, they close quick. So
they thought Wentz was the next Mahomes.
Yeah.
And look at him, shipped them out.
Yeah.
Had people around Wentz to help him become that person in 2018, 2017. That wasn't Doug Peterson that won that Super Bowl. That was Frank Wright and all the rest of them. Jim Schwartz, all of them.
That's like telling me the cook can't cook because he ain't got good ingredients. Leave some money on the table. Quit acting like you got to buy these yellow suits.
Hey, everybody, be sure to catch this live at home edition of The Crossover every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on YouTube. go to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. Once you get there, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the show. Tell all your friends about it. Then on Thursday nights at 7 p.m., catch the original audio version of the show. And you can listen to that edition online at WLJFradio.com. You can also catch it on the 100.7 WLJF app, which is available both on Google Play and in the iTunes Store. When we come back, it'll be time for the question of the day.
Why so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, the joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life, and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.inservice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, two locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry. Join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
100.7 WLJF.
All right, welcome back to At Home with the Crossover. Be sure to catch this live at home edition of the show every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. on YouTube. Go to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. Once you get there, be sure to like, share, subscribe. Tell all your friends about it. Join us every Tuesday night live, 7 p.m. on YouTube. And then on Thursday nights, catch us on our original day and time for the audio version, the original Crossover Sports Show, 7 p.m. Thursday nights. You can find that online at WLJFradio.com. You can also catch that on the 100.7 WLJF app, which is available both in Google Play and in the iTunes Store. All right, real quick before we go to our question of the day, the game was exciting last night. Lamar Jackson did his thing. They were down by 19 points. Was it 25-6, I believe? And he led the team back in the second half, throwing for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns in the second half, coming on the third player to do that. Total, he threw for 442 yards, a career high and a Baltimore Ravens team record, and 4 touchdown passes. Hey, completed 2 2-point conversions in that comeback. I mean, it was big time. And then they went on to win it in overtime, 31-25. So congratulations to Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. They're now 4-1. And then over the weekend, we saw a great fight, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. It was a slugfest, went 11 out of the 12 rounds. Both guys were knocked down. Wilder was knocked down 3 times. Fury was knocked down twice. There were several times both guys looked like they were in trouble and dead to rights, and would come right back and knock the other guy down, you know. So it was an amazing fight to watch. The word I kept hearing during the broadcast and afterward was modern day classic is what everybody kept saying. Did anybody in Tunnel Crew get to see the fight? Your thoughts?
I did not see it. I saw highlights. Very disappointed in Wilder. I just thought that, you know, that since he got beat so bad in the last fight, that he would come and take care of business this fight. But you know, I go on what you say, Big T. I mean, if he, you know, if he really, you know, stood up and gave his best, hey, we'll go with that. But I just want him to get that victory, though. You know, then it'd be okay. he beat you, and you beat him, and then we get ready for the next fight. Now, he might as well retire in my book. I mean, he's done.
Say that's it.
In my book, he is. You know, he's done. So then we got to find somebody to be free.
Yeah. So, well, so here's the thing. He made, after the fight was over, we've been talking about crazy, lame, terrible excuses. You know, Mac Brown had his about the media, and John Gruden had his. We talked about him earlier, about the parents pulling the kids out of football and concussions and all that stuff, and he was in a bad place. Well, Deontay Wilder, he offered up his own lame excuses, like in the last fight when he said, you know, his costume was too heavy, walking to the ring, it tired him out. Well, this time he talked about Tyson Fury, you know, the biggest reason he beat him because he leaned on him the whole time and this, that, and the other. The guy's 40 pounds heavier than you. Of course he's going to lean on you. That's good boxing strategy. But once again, we have another lame excuse. So that brings us to our question of the day, because we want to have a little fun tonight. It's been a heavy subject talking about, you know, what happened with Gruden and everything, but we want to have a little fun. And that fun is we want to look at everybody in sports. Nobody is off the board. Everybody's fair game. And we want the Tunnel Crew to answer this. We want you to be the spokesperson for any team, coach, player, or whatever that's struggling right now, whether it be Alabama, Deontay Wilder, you know, the Chiefs, the Panthers, whoever. And we want you to be the spokesperson. And we ask you this: what's your excuse? Why are you losing? Why are you struggling? What's your excuse? I'm going to throw that out there to the Tunnel Crew. That's the question of the day. What's your excuse?
All right, I got one for you. Got one for you.
Go ahead, TP.
All right. Are y'all ready for this?
We're ready.
All right. Am I supposed to act like I'm the person?
Yeah. You're the spokesperson. You're the representative.
Okay, so I'm the agent of the person.
That's right. Right. Or their press person.
I like this. Okay. I am Cam Newton's agent. Cam Newton. His excuse, number one, the vaccine shot. Number two, my body can't handle it. Number three, I don't have a steady home because I'm bouncing everywhere because I'm going through a lot with my kids. All right. Number four, I feel like I'm the best player in the world. I just don't have a home. Okay. Number five, I am just too great. And you should deal with it. You know what? Lame ducks can't fly. Therefore, these are the excuses. And my client will get back to you.
Hey, the aura, right? It's his aura too, you know? Yeah.
That's right.
People don't want him around because of his aura.
That's right, my aura.
That was a good one, TP. Hey, you're a good press person. You know. I like that. We need to hire you. All right, Bird, you got somebody you want to make an excuse for? Anybody?
Now, I speak on behalf of all coaches when I say this. Nick Sirianni, all these excuses, these handshakes. This Rome wasn't built in one day. And I believe so much in the Eagles and the organization that we're 2-3. And I'm going to turn this team around in 1 year that I've been here. No. And then on top of that, the victory speeches. Oh, that's a team effort, guys. We went to Carolina and we beat them. And that was a team effort. Come on now. You're playing yourself, kid. You're playing yourself. That's defense. That was all defense. Jalen Hurts ain't had nothing to do with that. Offense ain't had nothing to do with that. You need to talk to Zach Ertz and you need to talk to Miles Sanders because he's a little bit PO'd right now that you ain't running the ball enough. Why? Oh, well, because I got to do a better job of running the ball. When? Week 17?
Hey, he'll do it in the offseason. You know? He'll do it in the offseason, Bert, you know? Okay, all right. So Bird got that off his chest, boy. Hey, he was feeling it, wasn't he? Feeling it. All right, let's jump to Radar Charles. Who you want to make an excuse for? You're standing in front of the microphone. Mm-hmm. The press is standing around waiting to hear what you got to say. Cameras are flashing. You know, who do you want to make an excuse for?
I want to make an excuse for Ben Simmons.
That's right.
My excuse for Ben Simmons is that I work out too hard. I work out too hard. By the time I get to the game, my muscles be tightening up. all I can do is pass it to Embiid because he done missed 32 games all season. He act like he done played all the games all year. He done missed more games than TP done missed shows. So I don't know why he got started to talk to me. But we ain't gonna talk about TP. This is about me. This is about Ben. And Ben is back. He's trying to, you know, right his wrongs and make amends. So I need y'all to don't work him out that much. Put him back on that regiment you had him on when he first started. That's when he was an all-star.
Hey, that's a good one. That was a good one. Hey, you know, hey, based on those last two recommendations, we're turning into Philadelphia radio here.
Wow.
Philly.
All right, Aggie P, who you want to make an excuse for?
All right, this is Aggie P. coming live. I just want to represent my man Kyrie Irving. Now, I want to say to everyone out there in basketball world, you do not work 365 days, so why should I work all of the days of my basketball career? You have holidays, why shouldn't I have holidays? You have sick days, why shouldn't I have sick days? Oh my goodness. And this is my main one. You have mental health days. I need my mental health days. So can someone please understand me when I take days off? I come up with all kind of excuses why I should not play until the playoffs. I even took time off when I was at Duke University. I left early. I mean, so why should I complete anything that I set out to do? Pay me my money. Let me come in and sage the court. And life goes on. You don't work 365 days, neither should I.
That was an excellent one. That was beautiful. Great. Okay, you get a clap on that one. Hey, and the microphone was a real nice touch.
Also, the microphone.
Yes.
Get that man an
All right, well, I'm going to close us out here. I want to make an excuse for my Dolphins, man. I mean, you know, you go down to Tampa Bay. You go down to Tampa Bay and you get blown out. I mean, Tom Brady throws for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. First time in his career he's done that. You know, I mean, but I got to make an excuse for us, man. We didn't have Tua. You know, Tua's out. You know, the offensive line is just struggling. You know, hey, they're not bad. They're just struggling. You know, by the time, you know, we get to the halfway, they'll get it together. But, you know, and it was hot out there. You know, it's hotter in Tampa than it is in Miami. You know, it's hotter in Tampa. And it was sunny, you know. I mean, it was nice and sunny out there. And then, you know, Jacoby Brissett, you know, he's only played, 3 games now? You know, even though he's been in the league 5 years, you know, we can't expect him to go out there and know the playbook inside out and, you know, and get it done. He also hurt his knee in the game. You know, I mean, there was just so many things that happened that, you know, we can't blame Flores, you know, Coach Flores. We can't blame him. He's trying. He's doing everything he can. But unfortunately, you know, we ran into Tom Brady. I mean, we should have known that was going to be a loss. We should have put that down as an L, you know. Now 45-17, you know, nobody expected that, but we should have known, y'all. So, So I just want to make an excuse for my Dolphins. They're not as bad as their 1-4 record. They're all right. We hope everybody has enjoyed our What's Your Excuse question of the day. That was a lot of fun. Be sure to catch this live at home edition of the Crossover every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Be sure to watch the Tunnel Crew on YouTube. Go to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe once you get there. You can also find us on our original day and time, Thursday nights at 7 p.m. for the audio version. You can find that online at WLJFradio.com. You can also catch that version on the 100.7 WLJF app, which is available both on Google Play and in the iTunes Store. When we come back, it's time for the wrap-up.
Why so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, the joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.inservice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, 2 locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry. Join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
It's time now for the Crossover Wrap-Up Report. Let's send it back to the Tunnel Crew.
All right, welcome back to At Home with the Crossover, and a couple of baseball updates here. So White Sox, they have won. They took care of business yesterday and moved on. The Braves are tied right now 4-4 with the Brewers, and the Braves are up in that series 2-1. And the Astros took care of business today, winning their series over the White Sox 10-1. So I'm sorry, I said the White Sox earlier. I meant the Red Sox won yesterday. Astros took care of the White Sox today 10-1. The Astros moved on, and the Dodgers and Giants play game 4 tonight, with the Giants currently up 2-1 in that series. So we'll see what happens there. All right, it's time for our pick segment, and we need to first give our results from last week's show. And last week looked like this. Me and Bromel tied for first. We went 3-1. Bromel was the only one that called the Fury knockout. He said Fury by KO, and he was the only one that got that pick right. Aggie P, Radar Stats, and TP all went 2-2. They finished second place. Birdman came in third at 1-3. The overall standings look like this. I'm on top, 125 wins. Aggie P has 114 wins. He's in second. Birdman, 111 wins. Stats, 109 wins. Radar, 106 wins. You remember when Radar was second place? And he was in second place by about 2 games several weeks ago. Boy, he's slipping quick. TP is next with 102 wins. And Bromel is over 500, 97-95. All right, let's get with our picks for this week. And they look like this. These are the choices. You got the WNBA Finals, the team that will lead the series. I'm sorry, the team that will win the series by the next show, or it will be tied, because next show they'll be tied if no one wins it between now and then. So you had to pick the team that will win the series. by the next show. Otherwise, this pick will go over to the next show. And then in Major League Baseball, we're taking the winner of Game 4 of the Dodgers-Giants game tonight. Who do you like in that one? Then in college football, we got the 3-2 A&T State Aggies going on the road to Kennesaw State, who is 4-1. Then we got number 11 Kentucky at 6-0, at number 1 Georgia at 6-0. Then in the NFL, we've got the Chargers at 4-1 at the 4-1 Ravens. And then we've got the 5-0 Cardinals on the road at the 3-2 Browns. And I'm going to go ahead and give Bromel and Stats picks since they're not here. Bromel took the Chicago Sky in the WNBA, took the San Francisco Giants tonight, took the Georgia Bulldogs on Saturday, and took the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday. And Stats took the Chicago Sky, the Dodgers tonight, Georgia Bulldogs on Saturday, and the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday. And now we're going to go with Aggie P. Give us yours, my man.
Yes, sir. I took the Mercury, the Dodgers, A&T, and Georgia.
All right. Birdman, give us yours.
Took Sky, Dodgers, Chargers, and Cardinals.
All right. Radar.
Yeah, I took Mercury, Dodgers, Georgia, and the Ravens.
All right. TP.
I took Mercury, Dodgers, A&T, and Georgia.
All right. And I guess that leaves only me. I took the Mercury in WNBA. I took the Dodgers, the Georgia Bulldogs, and them Baltimore Ravens to take down who are they playing? Whoever they playing to take them down.
Chargers.
The Chargers. Take down the Chargers. All right. Any shut up and play or shout outs for tonight?
I would like to give a shout out to our listeners. I want to give a shout out to Miss Ann Mitchell, who said, "Good evening, great show, that you all are funny." We thank you for that. And she said that the topics today, of course, were interesting. And I also want to give one out to Kay Williamson. When we were doing a segment, plenty of smiles and laughing and just enjoying it. So we wanted to end on a positive note, but we want to really thank everybody and thank everybody for attending our show.
Yes. Yeah, we can't have a show without the listeners and the fans, so we appreciate it. Next.
I'd like to give a shout out to TP for showing up tonight and doing her part. She did stupendous, I must say so. I take my hat off to her.
All right, Aggie P.
Shout out to the Dudley Panthers.
There you go. Birdman.
Shout out to my Eagles snapping that 3-game losing streak. We needed that.
All right. My shout outs to Oklahoma, Texas for that 55-48 shootout. Great game, fellas. All right. Hey, that does it for this edition of the crossover. For the Queen, for Birdman, for Radar. Go ahead, Queen.
Blessings.
Birdman. Radar.
Narrow is the way, Big T.
Aggie P.
No weapon.
I'm your man, Big T, signing off and saying, no matter where y'all, look up and know that your creator is there. Until next time, see ya, and we might want to be you.
That's all we have for you today. So be sure to join us next week for the crossover. And remember, the Tunnel Crew don't play unless we have something to say.